Let me ask you something. Where did your last $10,000 go? Seriously, if I gave you your last 3 bank statements and said, show me exactly where that last $10,000 went, could you? Most people won't, and most people can't. And here's what's crazy. You could be making 60 grand a year, 150, 500,000, or running a business doing millions in revenue, and still have absolutely no system for your money. The money comes in, the mortgage gets paid, credit cards get paid, you got the car payments, Amazon, dinner, kids, subscriptions, business expenses, and whatever else survives, we call that savings. Then we do it all over again next month. That's not a financial system, that's a financial survival. Today, I'm going to teach you something different. I'm going to show you how to start giving your money instructions before it ever hits your account, because money shouldn't arrive before instructions do. Welcome back to another financial lesson from Banking for Legacy. I'm your host, Nelson Pizarro. Our mission is very simple: create greater financial control, build wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. This isn't about getting rich overnight, and it's definitely not about me telling you where every dollar of your money needs to go. It's about education, understanding how money works, understanding your choices, and then creating a financial system that works for your family, your business, and even your goals. Today, we're talking about something that changed the way I personally think about money. Stop simply budgeting your money, start building a system for it. For a long time, I thought I just need to make more. Business owners, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You tell yourself, if I can just get sales to another 100,000, then you get there, now you want 200,000, then 500,000, then a million. But here's what nobody tells you. Revenue doesn't automatically create wealth, because expenses can grow right alongside it. I've experienced it personally. I've owned businesses, and I'm currently in a business that I own. We have employees, we have the payroll, inventory, taxes, insurance, equipment, credit card bills, family expenses, kids, travel, and I've just realized making more money doesn't automatically make your financial life simpler. Sometimes it makes it more complicated, because now there are more dollars, but there are also more places for those dollars to just disappear. Here's something I want every business owner to hear. Revenue can make you feel successful. Liquidity gives you options. There is a difference. You can own a successful business, own property, have investments, have a great income, and still feel broke. Why? Because everything is just tied up. Wealth on paper doesn't necessarily mean money you can access today. And when opportunity knocks, opportunity doesn't care about your net worth statement. Sometimes you need access to capital. Now, I'm not against budgeting. Budgeting is very important, but budgeting is one piece. Think about it this way. A budget usually asks, how much can I spend? A financial system asks, what does this money need to accomplish? That's a completely different question. If $10,000 comes into your household or your business, before you spend $1, what are its instructions? Some need to run their life. Some may need to protect their family. Some may need to build wealth. Some may need to remain liquid. And some should eventually help create a legacy. I want to make this as simple as possible. Just grab a piece of paper, write down 5 words. Live, protect, build, opportunity, and legacy. Let's walk through them. Let's just say bucket number 1, live. This is life. The mortgage, the rent, groceries, utilities, cars, school, vacations, entertainment. You're allowed to enjoy your money. Sometimes financial education makes people feel guilty about spending. I don't believe that. Money is a tool. But here's a question. Are you intentionally funding your lifestyle, or is your lifestyle controlling your finances? That's a huge difference. Bucket number 2, protection. Now we protect what we're building. Emergency reserves, insurance, estate planning, business protection, life insurance. Just ask yourself, if something happened to me tomorrow, Does my family or business finance system continue? Business owners ask another question. If I could not work for 6 months, what would happen to my business? That's uncomfortable, but that's financial education. Building wealth without protecting it can leave a huge hole in your strategy. Now, bucket number 3, build. Now we start building. Maybe that's retirement accounts, you can do stocks, real estate, businesses, life insurance policies, land, any other investments that you're thinking of. Whatever fits your strategy. But here's the important part. Don't invest simply because somebody on social media told you it's a good idea. Know your why. What's this money supposed to accomplish? In 5 years, 20 years, retirement, income, growth, maybe the legacy. Remember, we have talked about this in previous lessons. Every dollar needs a job. Bucket number 4, opportunities. This might be my favorite bucket. Liquidity. Money you can access now. Why? Because life happens and opportunities happen. Maybe your competitor wants to sell their business. Maybe a piece of land you've been watching suddenly drops in price. Maybe equipment becomes available. Maybe an investment opportunity just happens to appear. Maybe there's an emergency. The problem is opportunity rarely schedules an appointment. It just shows up. And when it does, you want to have that option. Here's something I have learned. The person with the highest net worth doesn't always have the most financial control. Sometimes it's a person with access to capital. That's why liquidity matters. And let me go into the last one, bucket number 5, legacy. Finally, why are we doing this? That's different for everybody. For me, family matters. Creating experience matters. Building something my children can learn matters to me. Being able to help future generations matter. Your legacy could be property, a business, education, giving, family experiences. Financial knowledge is a huge one that people skip. Or simply leaving your children better prepared than you were. Ask yourself this question. If my children copied exactly how I handle money today, what would it look like? Now that's a powerful question. Imagine $100 comes into your household. You can say $55 is to live, $10 is to protect, $15 is to build, another $10 is for opportunity, and $10 for legacy. Now, before I go on, I want you to understand, I'm not telling you those should be your percentages. Your family business might be completely different. You could be a younger couple, you could be single, a 55-year-old owning a business, a retired couple, a family of 4 children. Everybody's strategy is not going to be the same. I'm just teaching a principle. Give your money instructions before it arrives into your account. Now here's something I want you to remember. Money shouldn't arrive before instructions do. If money hits your account and then you decide what to do with it, it's amazing how quickly Amazon, restaurants, vacations, cars, subscriptions can give that money instructions for you. Now I want to specifically talk to business owners. Ask yourself this question. If your revenue stopped tomorrow, how long could your business survive? Is it 15 days, 30 days? What about 60 or 90? Could it be 6 months? Can you still make payroll? What about the rent, yourself, debt services, buying inventory, handling emergencies? That's why I don't only look at revenue. I want to know what's liquid, what's protected, what's invested, what opportunities do I have, what's available, what is the plan? Because your business isn't your financial system. Your business should be part of your financial system. That's an important distinction. Now, let's talk about something I obviously discuss frequently at Banking for Legacy. Life insurance. Most people think life insurance has just one job. You die, your family or business receives money. And yes, that is true. The death benefit is incredibly important. But certain properly designed permanent life insurance policies can also build cash value. And depending on the policy and strategy, Policy owners may have access to the value through policy loans. That's one reason I personally became interested in the infinite banking concept. I became interested because I wanted to ask, can one part of my financial system perform multiple jobs? Provide protection, build cash value, build access to capital through policy loans, and create discipline around how I finance certain purchases. Now, that's what interested me, but there are trade-offs. You need to understand how premiums work, how policies are designed, loan repayments, but that's for another episode. That's why education is very valuable. Here's where people misunderstand becoming your own banker. It doesn't mean you magically just become a bank. And it doesn't mean money just becomes free. What we're talking about is changing the way you think about financing. Instead of only asking, can I afford this? Start asking, where would the capital come from? What will that capital cost me? What opportunities am I giving up today? How would I repay the capital? Can that money eventually be used again? Now we're thinking like a banker. Most people ask, can I afford it? Wealth builders ask, how should I finance it? Those are two completely different questions. Think about what we've been building on together. On episode 47, we wanted to give every dollar a job. On 48, we use money to create more time. Episode 49, more income doesn't automatically solve money problems. Episode 50, understanding the difference between looking rich and building wealth. And episode 51, stop waiting. And now we're in episode 52, start building the system. Because knowing everything about money, but not actually doing it, doesn't change your financial life. Now here's your homework, and I actually want you to do this. Just grab a piece of paper. Write down live, protect, build, opportunity, and legacy. Now pull your bank and your credit card statements. Look at your last $10,000 of income and ask yourself, where did it actually go? Not where you think it went, where did it go? Then ask yourself these 5 questions. Number 1, does where my money goes reflect what's actually important to me? 2, am I protecting what I've already built? 3, am I consistently building assets or only paying expenses? 4, if an incredible opportunity appeared tomorrow, would I have access to capitalize on it? And 5, if my children copy my financial habits, what would the results look like? Would I be happy? Don't judge yourself. Just get honest, because you can't improve a system you haven't even looked at. I'm going to leave you with this. If I looked at your bank statement, could I tell what's important to you? Think about that. We say family is important, freedom is important, our future is important, legacy is important. But do our dollars agree with us? That's the lesson. Your goal isn't simply to make more money, and it's not to have the perfect budget. And it's definitely not chasing every new investment somebody talks about online. The goal is to build a system where your dollars have purpose, your family's protected, your wealth is growing, you maintain access and opportunities. And ultimately, you're building something bigger than yourself. If today's lesson made you think differently about your money, send it to another family or business owner who needs to hear about it. Here's where I want you to comment. Which bucket needs the most work in your life right now? Is it the live, protect, build, opportunity, or legacy? I want to hear your answers. And if you're sitting there thinking, Nelson, I don't have a system. I don't even know where to start. That's exactly why we created Banking for Legacy. Let's just have a simple conversation. We'll look at what you're trying to accomplish, whether creating your own banking system can make sense as part of your overall financial strategy. Like always, visit our website, bankingforlegacy.com, schedule your free banking strategy session, and you can also follow me at Banking for Legacy. I also do new financial lessons every Tuesday. I'm Nelson Pizarro, and thank you for spending your time with me today. And remember, create greater financial control, build wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. Thank you.